Hello, Taurus. I am Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of October for the sign of Taurus. On the table here, you see 9 cards, meaning we will be using the 9 card portrait, and you can also see 4 objects on the table here. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation and the card laying that is fitting you the best. If the object and the related video does not match your choice, please check the other videos that follow here also, because I'm sure one of the 4 will match you. Now, the matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Taurus, here we go for your card reading for October 2021. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Shell or the Water Group for your card reading, Lenormand card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes it. It's not a good thing to do. Also, you will see during that time, your bus is late, your flight is canceled, packages that need to arrive in your home are wrongly delivered, the containers of the package is wrong, emails you need to receive are not showing up, and it has consequences. All these things are happening because our mind, the collective mind, the mind of all people, is going a little bit slower during that period. Also, for instance, if you, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laptops, laundry machines. Why? These devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty, and you might have problems that showing up there. Anyway, the general idea here is that we don't sign contracts at all. However, if for some reason you are obligated, you feel compelled, you have no choice, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get out and you cannot anymore. Why? Because there are certain clauses in the contract that will bind you. And if you really want to get out, probably you need to pay a big fine. So it's better during that period we protect ourselves and we don't sign any contracts at all. Now, this being said, we start with the card reading for Taurus for the water or the shell group. The first card that we see here is the book. The book is about education, things we keep to ourselves. Also, the book is a slow card. Anyway, this card, probably there are certain things that you don't want to reveal. And if you have the book there, it's best not to do so. For instance, if you study, maybe there are certain things that you get to know, you better not share. But in general, this means that we just keep certain things to ourselves. We don't share them for now till it's the right time. Especially we have the snake here. So the snake asks us to be quiet also. So anyway, regarding to knowledge, this is very positive. So it means that probably you're in a situation where you are able to gain more knowledge. Maybe you do research, or maybe you find out certain truths that are or were hidden for you in the future. If you want to increase your knowledge, this is a very good card for this. If you are in investigations, research, these are all very good things with this card. And also we have the card following here. This is the heart. So it means all the things I just mentioned, you like to do these things. It's really from the heart that you do these things, these studies, whatever it is that you are involved in. Anyway, this points also that if others, for instance, entrust you with secrets, they highly appreciate that you keep it for you. So afterwards, they will appreciate and they will show appreciation that you kept this for you. Maybe some things are entrusted to you here. Anyway, this points also that we maybe are feeling charitable, that we share things with others than on a more humanitarian front. This is what we all see here. Anyway, related to the field of the heart, then the heartaches, the love field. It's another thing. Maybe we don't discover certain things, and certain things are kept secret for us. And the book don't sometimes disclose all the information about the heart. Maybe it's your heart, maybe it's the heart of another person, but we will see as we go in the reading here. So the first card here is the book. We go on the horizontal lines, and the second card here is the book. So this points that probably the knowledge that you are gaining is connected. The first here is maybe the internet. You study on the internet. Distant learning. The mound is distant. It's high. It's alone. It's alone in the mound. You study alone. And another way is it's possible that you are thinking about studying in abroad, or maybe you are already studying in abroad. This is what we see here, but we have the sit here next to it. Probably it's something that is about to begin. So probably you are balancing if you're going to go with this study on the internet or abroad. This is what we see here with these cards. Anyway, coming back to the mountain and the book and the mountain in itself. Anyway, there is here some exploring. Not only studying, but there will also be exploring. But maybe you don't know yet very well where you will be going. This is possible also with this combination. Maybe it's possible that you are already for a while in this decision, and with the sit is a sudden card. So it's possible after a lot of balancing and thinking, and maybe there were some obstacles, things that prevented you from going in abroad. Maybe it's connected to the viruses that are all around us now, and it prevented you before from going. But it's possible now that suddenly you can go, because the sit is suddenly, it happens and you can just go. So this is here also what we see with this combination. It's possible also that the study that you are following there, it's not easy. The mountain is sometimes a difficult card. It gives us sometimes difficulties with the study in itself. Anyway, some secrets also will come to you. Maybe these secrets that you are encountering are difficult for you, or this knowledge that you are encountering is difficult for you. Anyway, it can also point that people that we cannot see exactly what is happening there in abroad, because the mountain is high and we cannot look over the mountain. So this is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, it also points probably, even though it's not easy, you will push through, you will stand your ground for this study. You will go into it, even though there are obstacles here that we are seeing. Then we have the mountain and the sit on itself. If there are obstacles, you will push through to these obstacles. You will really cut through these restrictions or these difficulties. You will be decisive about this. It also points here that we probably will need to have courage. We will need to have courage we need to be hard-headed for pursuing in this study. If you continue with this, you will have a positive effect, because the delays before, after, and the difficulties will after prove their value to you. Anyway, it can also point that in certain areas, when the time is right, you will break the silence about certain things. But as I said, the snake is here. The snake asks us to be patient, to be calm, to be diplomatic, till it's the time to reveal certain information that is in our possession. Anyway, here this points, if we have the chance for this education or for this investigation or this research, we need to take our chance. It's the moment now to do so. It's possible also there are certain risks involved here for this study, but anyway, here we should proceed with it. Then we have the crossroads, the heart, and the snake. The crossroads and the heart means literally that we probably have a change of heart. Something in with our loved one is changing. Maybe a person who was close to us, a lover might be, we are close to, who is close to our heart. And it might be that we have some change of hearts here that we are seeing. It's possible also that we are considering for stopping this relationship or give it another swing. We will see it from another side. There are certain choices that we will make in from the heart, from love, and also we want to probably see that these choices are well founded. This is what we see here also. Maybe one of the both partners here is not really dedicated to this relationship. Maybe the other party or your partner has several lover options or several datings, and maybe you get to know it, because later we come into the snake, and the snake is always a card that points to triangle relationship. So it means that one of the both partners is involved in triangle relationships. Maybe you are aware of this. That's why you will make those choices. If you are not aware of this, this card makes you aware of the fact that one of both of you is involved in more than one relationship. Anyway, here, coming back to these two cards, there are multiple love options. You have the choice for getting out of this relationship if you want to. You can decide here if you want to continue or not, but with the snake, actually, it's not advisable that we continue, especially if we want to commit on the long run. However, if this could be like a loose relationship, that we are not really are in it for the long run, and it's more like a loose relationship that is based, because the snake is sometimes sex also. So if this relationship is based on sex and you are aware of all the factors that are playing here, then it's of course a very different point of view that we get here. But it's to you to decide where you are going with this. Anyway, if you are serious in this love affair, we need to be aware here that this lover this lover is not for us alone. Probably one of both of you is connected into another affair, an illicit affair here, what we see here. Anyway, we need to be aware of that this situation here is going on. If this is a free choice in free love, this is okay. You can make your choices, but if this is on the long run, maybe this card suggests us that it might be wise to turn away from this relationship and go in a different direction. It can point, for instance, to unfaithful lover. Even though one of the both is very desiring for this lover, the other one turns away from it. If it goes too serious, it's possible one craves and one don't want. So this is what we see here. Maybe this person here, he or she has different objectives here in this combination. This is what we see here. This points to a smart person, a calculated person, an intelligent person that is knowing exactly what he's doing and where he's going. Maybe there are certain motivations that this person has that you are not aware of. Sometimes the snake has totally different motivations than what we think he have. The snake can be motivated by something totally different than you think might be going on here. This is what we see here also. Maybe one is motivated by love, the other one might have a very total different objectives about things. Then what we see here more, probably one of the both refuses to give up and the one get out. So we come in a very unbalanced situation here. Also, if we come to certain confrontations about this love affair, here also the cards tell us not to be aggressive. We need to solve this in a diplomatic way. We need to let it go in a diplomatic, smart way. We need to be conscious about it. We need to learn a lesson about this, a wise lesson, and we need to let it go, but in a diplomatic way here. This is what we see here with this combination. Maybe this person, he seduced us and we fall in love, but with the snake, it's not a wise thing to commit on the long run. Or commit or think we can commit on the long run. Then we have the bear, the tree, and the ship. Then we have the tree, the bear, and the ship here. It means that we slowly get improvements in our life. The bear is a big animal, so it means there will be big improvements in your life. This could be improvements that are related uh, to money affairs, to money, to management, to becoming more ourselves. We can manage ourselves better here. There is growth in that area. And we have two cards here that are connected to money, to finances. So I'm thinking here, this combination points to financial growth. Even if we are studying, it's possible here that we still financially involved. Maybe we have a job there in abroad, and it makes us things easier for us, and we improve anyway. Here, this points also to a very energetic combination. We feel a lot of energy. Also, probably we feel healthy. This is possible also. And in another way, it could point also that maybe especially if you're in abroad, maybe you are connected to the culture there, you want to taste a lot of things and you gain weight. This is what we possible also what we see here with this combination. Of course, we need to keep everything in check and in balance. This don't go into extremes. Anyway, in another way, coming back to the relationship, the bear also tends to be jealous. So it's possible also in the relationship then itself, there is some jealousy going on here. This is what we see here also. As I said, maybe one wants to go in and the other one wants to stay out. Coming back to the this points also to the immunity system. Probably we have a strong immunity system, and also it could be that we are deciding to move more, because we have the ship here and the ship is moving. So it's possible here that slowly we start to exercise because we are noticing that we are gaining weight. This is what we see here also. We already saw here there is financial advancements. Sometimes the bear is somebody close to us, like a mother figure, a father figure, but in most cases it's a mother figure. So it would mean that we are protected by this mother, and probably she sends us some finances in abroad that keep us stable. This is possible also. This is also a possibility. Instead of that you work, that your mother help you, and there are growing provisions here that are coming to you here. In another way, if you study in abroad, and in that area there are it's possible there are real bears. This is possible if you study in a quiet area. We have the mountain there and we have the bear here, so it's possible in the area there are actually bears, but of course it will depend in the area where you study or where you are living. This can point also sometimes that we decide to let us self-vaccinate because the bear is protection. It's possible here, this is a health card and the bear is protection. So it's possible that we are thinking about vaccinating ourselves for going abroad. Maybe this is the step that you will be taking, or maybe it's required for traveling abroad that you take the vaccination. Then also it means that here that we are conscious that we are a very protective person. Then we have the bear and the ship on itself. Here, this journey that you are undertaking, or these longings that you have, probably related to the study, they are very, very focused. There is a very strong longing here for this trip, for going there. You will maybe the trip is a little bit on the slow side. I'm not saying that there are delays, but for some reason the trip might be a little bit slow in a way. This is what we see here also. Anyway, it's possible here also that, as I said earlier, it's probably that possibly that our mother gives us money, or that she helps us in another way. If you have a job and you are connected to this job, it's possible that you receive a financial bonus, or that you have a very good source of income. This is what we see here. Maybe you have a sideline if you study, let's say, maybe you have a sideline as a work online for doing business here. And this proves to be a very good source of income for you. This is what we see here also. Professionally, like it could also be a person that is responsible for other people. in his work. If you are here, if you are this person and this would represent your job, it means that you need to that you need to take care of people while they are traveling. You are responsible for that in any way that this travel is going on. In another way, it could mean that you are a businessman here, or a businesswoman. This because it's the bear, it's female, but it's not necessary. So it could be that you are a businessman or a businesswoman. Anyway, there are important deals here you can get, that you can get around, that you can get done. Because we have the snake here, and the snake tells us if we do business deals, we need to play it smart. If we play it smart, this is abroad, we can have very good profits out of that. Then these profits will be very welcome to you, and you will like the way you do this business. In a way, in another way, this can point also that we are the owner of a bigger or a more expensive vehicle that we are using us for moving us around. This is possible also. It's like a stable, bigger vehicle here that we have for driving us around. Anyway, there we can also see there is a lot of moving here with these cards. It can also point that you guide people in abroad. Maybe you have a lot of knowledge in the place where you are going, you studied about it, and you operate as a guide there in abroad. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, the decision that you are about to take for going abroad, it has a very big influence on your life. You will explore a lot. It's very important that you do this exploration. Sometimes also you will protect the people around you. You will take care of them if you are their guide. You will see that nothing goes wrong because the bear is very protective over those around him. Then we have the book, The Crossroads, and the tree here. The book and the crossroads here, this is that we are making decisions in the field of study, in the field of research. There are important decisions here to be made. Here, we will need to decide where we are going. We want to move ahead, but probably the choices are slowly coming to us. If this is our first year of study, this is like we are in the indecisive where we want to go. This is what it could be here, but it's like here we decide as we go. So this is what we see here. Some choices here that we have here can be difficult. Maybe we don't know exactly what to decide here. This is what we see here. Maybe some things are not yet clear for us because we need to decide, and we don't know what to decide. But I think here more facts will be coming to you before you can make the permanent decision, because the tree lets us slowly grow. So afterwards we will make the decision. Anyway, there will be opportunities here to expand, to grow, especially on the study front, on the research front, on the travel front, because this can also represent a visa or a valuable document to travel. So this is all, it's like a work in progress here that we are seeing here. Here we see also that we do certain exams. If we pass these exams, we need to make more ethical choices. This is possible also. If you are in abroad, what is also possible, because we have the heart in the middle here, that you are charitable for teaching others. For instance, this could mean that you are a teacher on the street and you educate children on the street. You learn them how to read and write on the street, like you are a freelance teacher, and you don't take any charges for that. It's just for helping people, because the heart is a very charitable card here that we see here. Anyway, we are very flexible here regarding to school, regarding our education, but it all will probably come a little bit slowly, because these are all slow cards here that we are seeing. Certain truths will come to us also, and we don't actually know as we study. Some things are revealed to us, and we don't know very well how to place this information. We need to give it a place in our life. This is what we see here also. Then we have the crossroads and the tree on itself. Here there is, this is growth, then actually the growth we see here. anyway, probably at a certain point, the right choice will be made, and we will come more in control of our lives, because the bear likes to be in control. It will first be a little bit shaped up. Sometimes Taurus is a little bit slow for making choices. It's a sign that is certain. It wants to be sure, and this is probably why we see this here. But once the choice is made, the bear sticks to his decision, and he will continue with his plan. So this is what we see here also. Anyway, this could also point that we, again here, that we make certain choices towards our body, maybe because we gain weight, or we decide that we need to look better, we need to exercise more, so we look good, or we want to look good. Then we have the mountain, the heart, and the bear. This can literally refer to a person, a lover in abroad. It's also possible here that we have a lover on the internet. This is possible also. This points to a long distant love. One of you both here will be a very strong person, a very strong personality. I'm assuming here it's the woman because it's female. I mentioned it earlier. So probably this woman that you are connected to, but not necessarily. It's just an option here that I'm saying. It could also be. One of the both persons here is very strong. They have a very strong personality. They are very settled in love. Or in love relationships, or they want it to be solid. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, it's somebody abroad. We explore, this person will explore us, we will explore them. So there's a lot of exploration that we are seeing going. Maybe this is your first time, you need to get to know each other. Maybe there are new cultures involved here, and sometimes it takes some time to adjust to each other. Anyway, this points to a lover abroad. It's possible that we are not easy to give our feelings, or this other person is not easy to give their feelings, or the person that these feelings gives are not real and we don't know about it. As I told you, be careful on the love front here with the snake. Anyway, there will be some challenges also, because the mountain points to challenges. There will be some challenges here in this relationship. You will take very big decisions related to that. At a certain point, you will take a certain decision. This decision will be important. And it can point you in a new direction for both of you. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, it's possible that certain things reveal themselves, and you stop this for a way. This relationship has lost his or her attraction for you. This is what we see here also. It's possible that we are a very how do we say this, that we are a very stable figure, maybe more traditional, that we are a very traditional person, and we cannot place us in the fact that this lover has multiple relationships. This is possible also, and that we cannot move with this, and we don't want to move in those directions here. Anyway, it doesn't mean that there is no love feelings, because they are there, but we probably turn away from it because it don't fit in our personality, and we don't continue with this. And it might be for the best, because on the long run, it's doubtable that this will have a good surviving chance. Then we have the heart and the bear in itself, but in a way, it really could capture your heart there in abroad. Maybe you are strongly in love with this person. Maybe you are excited about this exotic, this culture, this foreign culture, and there's a certain big attraction here. This could be maybe your first big love, but maybe it proves out to be disappointing for you here. It's possible here also with this combination. I already mentioned it. This combination points to jealousy. So one of the both parties will be jealous, maybe because they are strongly in love here with this combination. It's possible also that's the reason why you gain weight, because this relationship don't go as you want, and instead of energizing this relationship or working out, you go to the closet, you eat some sugar, some candy, some cookies, and this proves to be a gain in weight for you. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, it has a big impact, a big influence on you for the future, for your love. Maybe you see things in a different perspective afterwards. Then we have the snake, and the book, and the ship here. Um, Here, this could, if we are in abroad and there are a lot of insects in some exotic countries, there's a lot of insects and literally snakes or vermin. You need to be careful here for literally not get bitten in abroad, because it's 2 times abroad that we have. So we need to be careful here that we take care if we have a bite, even if it's only a simple mosquito bite. We need to be careful that we take care of it, because else we could have issues with it. So if you get bitten, take care of the wound or the bite. This is what we see here also. It's possible also that you literally get bitten, that something shocks you, maybe related to this love relationship, and you literally get bitten and you have a pain. There you have a pain here. This is possible also, but it's done in a metaphorical way. We learn here about this. We get wiser about this. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, it does not mean that there is no sexual activity between the 2 persons, because there is, because the snake points to sexuality. There is a sexual activity to these 2 persons. This is possible. There is sexual interaction possible between these 2 persons here. This could be also something that is revealing to you. Something reveals to you on that front. Maybe you're not used in so much passion, so much ambition here. This is what we see here also. Then we have the snake and the ship on itself. It's possible as we are traveling, we already saw here that the travel might go a little bit slower. We see this indication here again, because the snake tends to turn around. So it's possible for reaching your destination, maybe because of this virus conditions that we are in. And it's possible that you are unable to reach your destination with a direct flight. So you need to go in several places for actually reaching your destination. This is what we see here. Sometimes this is the case now. We need to travel to several destinations for actually coming where we want to go. Maybe this is the case here, what we see here. In another way, if we have an expensive vehicle, we saw this here already, it's possible that this vehicle, although it's new and it's shiny, it's possible it has several defects that we are not aware of. So if you are planning of buying an expensive vehicle, let somebody check out, let an expert check out, so you don't get problems with this vehicle. Don't buy it because you think it's shiny and it's pretty and it's beautiful and it looks like it's a deal. Be careful, because it could have hidden defects. This is what we see here. Also during travel, it's possible that we are confronted, the vehicle where we are traveling it. During this travel, there are some malfunctions of the vehicle showing up. Maybe there are some technical things that need to be resolved, and that's why the flight might be delayed. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, here we need to be careful also that we are not stabbed in the back from our lover. This is what we see here, because we can be sure that there is a second lover here involved. Here also this points, there's still this traveling where we go here. It's not easy. Maybe we need to, when we travel, we want to go there faster, but it goes all a little bit slower. And also during this journey in love and in the front of study or knowledge or profession, we will see, and as we go, we will experiment, we will experience new things, and gradually we will find out where we need to be. There could also be, there's also a sort of wanderlust here. So you want probably to experiment and move around to open the doors for you, the doors of your mind. You search for knowledge, you search for the truth. This is all what we are seeing here also. Sometimes also probably you take some adventures if you go in jungles. Maybe this is where the snake come in. Be careful if you go in jungle areas, not to get bitten by any insects. And it's best also to take some antidotes with you to protect yourself if that is possible, because we never know if we are far in undiscovered territory what is happening to us. Then we have the book, The Heart and the Ship. Here, it's possible that one of you both here, this is a revealing of love information, and this happens in abroad. So there's an unrevealing. Somebody tells to the other one that they are in love. but as we saw, we have the snake here. It doesn't seem to work out very well here. It's possible also that because you are not sure of this person, and it's the first time you feel like that, you keep things to yourself. You keep it hidden till you are sure. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, this points to an enthusiasm for learning. We don't share everything that we learn here. We collect a lot of facts about the study that we are doing, or also we learn a lot about love, how love is connected. There will need to be some understandings here that we are about to make. It's like a love journey and an educational journey here that we are on. Anyway, the trip in itself is very positive. If you're finally reach their destination, or even if the trip is slow, you still enjoy everything that's happening around her. Here, this is what we see. You still enjoy the trip on itself. That is what we see here. Anyway, there's a lot of love for travel here. We move forward. Maybe because here also with this combination, sometimes it points after we finally make a decision, we leave the loved ones. This is what we see here. Also, we saw the change of heart earlier. Then we have the sit and the heart here, the other line. This points to a heartbreak. I told you this already. This comes back here. This points to a breakup. Finally, you will see maybe it's for the best, but it depends on your condition, as we mentioned earlier, how you define this love. Excuse me. Anyway, we see the jealousy here again, the heartache. There are certain actions undertaken. Even though it's hard for you, you will feel some compassion towards each other. Here, this is what we see here. Even though we feel a wound in our heart from this love affair, maybe we are maybe on this for this person, for this other person, we are soft for this other person. It's like we are really in love, and that's why maybe we are hurt, and it brings us a kind of, it's like it has a very it puts pressure on our heart. This is what it's a big pressure on our heart that we are feeling here, maybe because we are deeply in love, or we have very strong romantic feelings here. It's possible here that we literally wear like we say, we wear rose-colored glasses here. This is what we see here. We see the world, everything is love. It's like Cupid flying around, but after it might be a little bit difficult, this whole situation. Anyway, for Taurus, for the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and we see each other next time. Bye-bye for now, and see you next time. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Stone Group. I'm sorry, here we're in the Stone Group. Welcome to the Stone Group. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. What does this mean? Well, during this period, it's not a good idea, for instance, for signing contracts, agreements, anything we need to put our name under that officializes it. It's not a good thing to do. You will also see that during that time, your bus is late, your train is late, your flight is canceled, packages that need to be delivered in your home are wrongly delivered, the containers of the package is wrong, you're more in traffic jams, your emails are not showing up. These are all things connected to Mercury retrograde. It's because our mind, the mind of all people, is going a little bit slower during that time. Also, you will see, or I advise also during that time, that it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying laundry machines, anything laundry machines, cell phones. Why? Because these devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty. And sometimes problems with the warranties show up in that area. So the advice here during that period is that we don't sign any contracts at all. If, however, for some reason we are obligated, we have no choice, we feel compelled to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterwards you change your mind and you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. And if you really want to get out, probably you need to pay a fine. So it's better to protect ourselves here than we engage in any form of contracts at all. Now, this being said, here we go for the card reading for the stone group. The first card that we see here is the dog. The dog is the card of loyalty or following. So it means probably also friends. So it means that here with this card, it's probably that friends are important for us now. We are well liked. People like to be around us. This is what we see with this card. We interact a lot with peers, friends, certain groups, people who are close to us, colleagues, brothers, sisters. Everybody is in our close environment, and it's possible here that these people like to be in our environment, or we like to be in theirs. So it's like we are connecting a lot here with them. Also, it's possible here that we are helping out a lot with the same people I just mentioned. It's like here we have the cross in the middle. It's like we feel it our duty to help these people. And in another way, probably it reciprocates here with you. So they also want to help you. They want to help you. So it's like they want you help each other here, and the friend bound or the sister bound or the group bound is very important here with this combination. So probably also you will take responsibilities towards friendships here. This is what we see here. But now we go in the horizontal lines. Later on, we will go into more details. We see the dog and the ship here. Probably here you're planning some business projects or money or business projects with friends, with peers, with colleagues, with people that are close to you. It could also be a brother or a sister, but you're planning some business project here, and we have the stars here, and the stars is a very positive card for answering a question. So if this is like for instance, if you're planning that, this will be a very, very good thing to do, because the stars is yes, it's positive, we are bright about it, and this will probably work out very well, this combination here that we are seeing here. Anyway, these two cards, it can also point that we are very supportive towards friends. They are supportive to us. They help us financially. We help them financially. This is what we see here. It's possible also that we need to help a friend during a travel. He asks us to go along for certain things, and we go along with them. It's also possible that this friend, he lives further away, and in a way we are still able to help him, or he is able to help us. This points to people that are close to us, that might be overseas or far away from us. This could also be a brother or a sister, as we saw earlier. It's possible also if these are friends, they have foreign backgrounds, they have foreign cultures. This is what we all see here. Anyway, there is help here on it's possible also that you go on certain adventures, that you decide to go on a trip with a friend, with a brother, with a sister, that you take a trip with them, and this trip would outwork very well. It would be then it would be more a spiritual trip. You will also see you will get to know certain things that were unclear to you. Maybe you see some trouble there in abroad or during your travel, and this gives you a different perspective on life while you are traveling. Here, this is what we see with this combination. Anyway, whatever this is, traveling or business, this could point this will point that this is answered in a positive way. The wish comes true. If you travel, it will be a happy journey that we are seeing here. Maybe you have wished for this opportunity for a very long time. Maybe you both wished for it, you and a friend, or your sister and your brother. And here, finally, this comes true. On the business side, this points to commercial success. If you are traveling with it's possible also that you actually travel with a ship. This is possible also. I don't know if this is already possible during these times with the viruses here. It's possible also that you travel with a ship, or a part of the journey is with a ship or a boat. Here I see also that if you, there will also be some enjoyment here during this trip. Maybe you literally go to the disco on the boat. This is what we see here also. Anyway, the journey will be nice. You will not easily forget this. It will have a very imprint on your memory on the long run. Here, this is what we see here. This is the trip that probably you always wished for, or the business opportunity that you wished for. This is that maybe you embark on a business adventure here, and all these dreams come true. Then we have the garden, the cross, and the mice. The garden and the cross here, this is that we take our responsibilities towards the collective. What does this mean? Well, if there are certain groups where we are functioning up, we take responsibility for them. Maybe we are the one in charge for this, and we take certain responsibilities here towards to that. It could be a spiritual community. We saw already the spiritual side here, and here we see it again. This could point to a religion, whatever your religion is. Christian, if you're a Jew or a Muslim, this points here that we take responsibility for our spiritual community. This is what we see here. Anyway, it could also the point here, because we have the mice here, that you need to put a lot of energy into that, because the mice tend to nibble on our energy, and maybe you put a lot of energy in this in these groups that you are connected in. This is what we see here also with this combination. Possibly also because we have a lot of responsibility in certain groups, it can have a certain effect, a pressure on our body. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's also possible that you are responsible, for instance, for a garden community. That this is what we see here, because it can literally represent what this. Maybe you are responsible for a garden community, or maybe you volunteer for maintaining literally a graveyard area, and you do this with certain groups. It's like a charity thing here that we are seeing here for maintaining gardens or public gardens here. This is what we see here anyway. Also, this could point that you in another way then, that you are in a social profession, because the dog helps. If you are in a social profession, it could point that you are help relieving the suffering of other people who have less energy. There's a lot of problems now with the viruses around us, so it's possible if you are in that sector that this points on us, and it could put a strain on your body. It could drain you, because certain conditions there are not ideal in this combination. Maybe the certain authorities are not, because we see the authorities here, certain authorities are not cooperating very well. They don't actually do what they should do. They are if certain requests are made for helping people, they're turning around, and they are not coming actually in to what you expect from them. So this is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, you yourself, you see your social duties, you take off the public healthcare, you take care of them. This is what we see here. There's a certain ideology here connected to it. You are probably very dutiful, because the cross makes very dutiful. You go through with it, even though the authorities don't cooperate. You go for your struggle, you battle with it. This is what we see here with this combination. It's possible also that you withdraw, you say, okay, they don't want, the authorities don't want to help, we just do with the means that we had, but it don't put strain or pressure of your body, because the cross puts stress on us. Then we have the cross and the mice here. This points that, as I said, we are confronted with certain trials towards the people. This is what we see here. sometimes probably you think, should I go on with this or should I move away from this? Because it's like you feeling you are alone in your struggle here towards this. Should we turn away from this or should we stay, because you don't receive the help that you are expecting? The mice is not so very strong, but it's like it's something on the long run that keeps coming back and that keeps irritating you. So actually it should be solved, but it keep on dragging on. So on the long run, this will not last. There will need to be found a solution for this coming from the authorities. This is what we see here. Anyway, you will be confronted with serious concerns. You probably will feel sometimes that you are exhausted. You could feel this as a test of yourself. It's like you feel you are tested. This is what we see here. We will also be confronted with public losses, as we already know. This is what we see here. If you are a health worker, it's like that, or if you are a doctor, this is what we see here also. But what is important here for ourselves is that we pay attention to the small details that are happening around us. We need to pay attention, and so certain events or things in our work don't pop up again. So it's important here that we ourselves are paying attention and we prevent ourselves also. We learn about what we experience. So, and you yourself, even though the means are not perfect, you can adjust details so you're still can manage a little bit better here. Anyway, there is a relief of pain here. We saw this also. You will take certain decisions will be taken in your job here or in your duties. Possible also at some moments you will you are very dutiful, but you will lose your convictions because there is not maybe enough support here from people above you. Then we have the tower and the snake and the bear. The tower and the snake here is that this points the tower is authority. So, and the snake is like, the snake is smart. And it could mean like here, this could point to that the government or the authority is not honest. In another way, if we put it in a more extreme thing, is like they are really corrupted. They don't provide what they should provide. They turn away from the problem. And it could be related to the viruses that we are confronted here in this lane, because we have the bear here. The bear is the protector, and the snake can be poison. So here it's like the government is turning away, and they don't act or react in the right way that they should. In some countries, it's like that. And this is what we see here. There are disappointments here. The government is really turning away and they don't set the right priorities that they should do. It's possible also that your bosses, because they cannot provide the means, also they turn away from you. But in general, this points to higher authorities above the managers. But it's possible because there is no solution that that everybody turns away from each other and everybody is on his own, and we need to solve the problem in a collective way. But anyway, here we see there's that we fixate on the job. It's possible also on the long run that in the job authority, or you are very focused on your ambitions, because this is a focus on ambition. Here, even though we are under a lot of stress, still here we see that there's a lot of focus on moving forward in the career. The tower is on the long run. So, and here we see a strong focus on the career. It's also possible because the tower sometimes comes back, and it's like on the health concerns, we are always confronted with the same problem and we cannot solve the problem. As we see now, the problem is always popping up again. We are now in wave 4, or what is it now? And here we see this, and this is tiring. This is tiring. This is always coming back, and we cannot find a real solution here for it. But what we want to do here, we ourselves, we want to be more calculated. We want to be more calculated with what is coming. We want to prevent this situation here for helping again. Anyway, this points to a very strong discipline. And here then we see the snake and the bear, and this points actually, if you are as a person, it could mean here that you have a lot of management skills. You know how to manage, and maybe it's possible that the authorities refuse to listen to the people who help. So this is, or they want, it's like they turn away from the helpers here. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, here this combination tells us, even though it's difficult, we need to act with tact, diplomacy, because the snake is a very diplomatic card. And it's best here with this combination that if we want to make a certain point, we need to see that we have all the facts. And if we have all the facts, we forward them, because the snake strikes and or puts the fact in front of them and all the details, the mice, in front of the authorities when we have collected all the facts. And then we are able to confront authorities or people in charge with these findings. This is what we see here. So it's best here to play it in a smart way, because the snake is a very smart card. It's possible also that your bosses try to manipulate the managers, and the managers need to manipulate the staff in certain difficult conditions, and you actually feel this. There are false promises here made to the people. People you work with, especially those in charge, might be hypocrites. They might behave even arrogant. This is what we see here, like an erudite behavior here. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, these people try to control the situation, but actually they are unable to. The people who are in charge here, sometimes they have actually a bad influence on the situation. But anyway, we need to proceed sometimes with the means that we are having here. We try to strive and we do our best in the situation that we are confronted with. But the top management here, there's something off here. Then here we have the dog, the garden, and the tower. The dog and the tower means that we have a lot of meetings with friends in public. We saw this already earlier. Probably these are a lot of people that we are meeting from our work. We're meeting with these people. It's possible also a lot of meeting that our brothers or sisters are involved in that. This is possible also. We get a lot of support from the group that we are functioning in here. We follow the group idea. We are agreeing with the group idea that there is an issue here. This is what we see here. We think in group here. This is possible also. We try to find group solutions here. This is what we see here. There's a lot of social support here with each other. We help each other. We need to convince each other of our worth here. This is what we see here. Everybody wants to help everybody here, despite cultures, despite whatever. This is what we see here. Then we have the garden and the tower on itself. These are then the authorities that we are seeing, people in charge. It's possible here, as I said, that there's always coming back the same issues with the authorities, because the tower tends to come back. These problems can be problems on the long run, because if there are problems, mostly with these institutions, it's on the long run. Especially with the tower, we are confronted with public offices. Some people will be experts and they will post their opinion to us. But the question is if they are really in the field people. This is the question here that is posed here. Anyway, there is an authority here over the public here and over the people here that we are seeking here. It's possible also that there is a distance here between the authority and the people in the field here. There's like a social distance here to the people in the field and the people who need to be in charge here. Sometimes we could have the feeling that we don't feel anymore that we are a team player, because some things with these people in control here are not going as we want them to go. This is what we see here because of certain problems. Then we have the ship, the cross, and the snake. Here on the travel, if you are traveling, probably maybe you are planning to take a break. If you are planning to travel, or maybe you're traveling for helping people here, that's why we said earlier, some things perspective will change, but anyway, it's something you long for. Here with this combination here, the ship and the cross, we see here that this trip that you are about to take, it's destined to be. And there's a very strong focus here. We see this coming back here. There's a very strong focus here on this trip. The question here with this, if you are put in a certain position, you will not turn away from it, because sometimes the snake turns away from it. So it might be if the problem is becoming too strong that you turn away from it, maybe for a while, because the problems keep lingering on. This is what we see here. Anyway, this points also that we go to places of like churches, ashrams, anything that we can pray here. We see this here also. It's possible also here that we are confronted, if we are a social worker, that we are confronted with death here, because this is can be literally death by viruses here. It's possible that we are confronted with death, and sometimes we want to turn away from it because with the problems that we are confronted with here. This is what we see here. Anyway, we will take our duties as long as we can. Then with the snake and the cross and the snake here, here we see again that things are not as they seem, especially to government and to people in charge. Things are not what they seem. So the snake tells us, as I mentioned earlier, this comes as this is the same combination again. It pops up again. Before we take action, we need to see that we collect all the details out of the collective, and then we can confront the authorities with these findings. And this is what we see here. You need to take sufficient steps and sufficient proof, maybe, that you need to forward then, and then it's possible that you can implement some changes here. It's possible also that from the leadership, from the authorities, they try to indoctrinate. They try to indoctrinate some rules and regulations, and your findings are the contrary. It's not what you find that you are confronted with. It's like they preach something else that you are confronted with here. Like the information that the authorities are sharing is not in line with your findings. This is what we see here also with this combination. And maybe sometimes it makes you worry about the future, if we are really protected from this whole thing in the long run. Maybe you have doubts that certain things are protective enough towards us. Medication, if it's strong enough for protecting us on the long run, maybe it buries you, worry, it's in your mind. Maybe you think, will this really protect us on the long run? Is this really safe? These are all things probably that are in your mind right now. And probably if you are confronted with these difficulties, you turn to your faith or your spirituality to find some balance in there, to balance yourself out. Then we have the mice and the bear on itself. Here we see that there are certain losses here that we have. It's possible here with this combination, somebody who was a very big inspiration for us, that this person is lost to us. This is what we see here. Somebody who had a very big influence on us, maybe somebody in charge, a manager, a person in charge, it's like we need to let go of that person here. This is what we see here, and this will have a very big impact. This could be the trigger here for the whole situation. This could be the trigger. Sometimes we are already very stressed, and it's something that pushes us over the edge. Here, this is what we see here, and that is probably why we sometimes cannot see why we are still there, why we are still continuing, why we need to be dutiful. This is what we see here. It's possible that somebody disappears here on us here that was in charge. This is possible with this combination. With this combination, also financially on ourselves, maybe we are underappreciated for our work, and the money that actually should come to us is not coming to us. It's like we feel here that our work is underappreciated. This is what we see here. Maybe we have not enough money to maintain ourselves as we should be. And also, because of all this stress, it's possible that we are losing weight. We are losing weight because of all of this stress that we have it, and the money is not sufficient here that we are receiving or that we should be receiving. But maybe we are powerless in this whole situation. We cannot change it. This is what we see here. If you are in business, if you are going in business with certain person, we need to be careful here with this combination, especially if you're not a health worker and you're in business, because I have several angles here. So we have a wide laying here. So I need to adjust here this a little bit to everybody. This is a wide laying. So anyway, if you invest certain capitals, you need to be sure that these capitals are safely invested, because with the mice, sometimes money can get lost. So be sure, see that you have all the facts again here on the money line, and if you're in business, that your money is securely invested here. This is what we see here also with this combination, because it could point that there are personal financial losses here that you are confronted with here. Anyway, maybe also you yourself, you were or you are confronted with these viruses, because sometimes this points that we ourselves are getting infected here with certain diseases or things towards our health. This is what we see here also with this combination. In another way, it could point that if we have a parent or a person who is close to us, if they are not going away from us, their health is less stable. Maybe one of your parents feels or is less strengthful for the moment. Here, this is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the dog, the cross, and the bear. Here, this we see here again, support of friends. We already gone over this. Sometimes we take responsibilities for friends. It's possible also if you have a child, because sometimes the dog can represent a youngling. So it's possible here that you have a child or somebody younger in the family here, that this person is suffering, or that you have responsibility for them. This points also that we need to obey to authorities no matter what here, and this puts a burden on us. We need to bow for political decisions. We have no choice than to bow for them. We need to obey what the ministry helps us, the way we act, and sometimes it makes us lose energy, as we saw earlier. We are suffering here in times of need. Maybe sometimes also this can point also that we go to a priest or a monk or somebody for advising, because we are unbalanced with this whole situation. We talk to somebody of our church community, probably somebody in charge or somebody who manages this, and we talk to this person for expressing our concerns to this person. Then here we have the cross and the bear in itself. The cross and the bear here, this is a very strong combination here. We have a lot of burdens. We must keep ourselves strength, and probably we need to connect to our faith for overviewing this situation, especially if you're a health worker. I'm always coming back. I think this is related to that here. Anyway, this points to a lot of responsibilities in this area. We really bury the cross here. This is carry the cross here. This is what we see here. Also here we see again that the finances related to the job might be, if you're a health worker, might be disappointing. It's not what it should be, but it is what it is, and we need to accept the things that are for now. And we are stressing our concerns here, probably in our church community. Then we have the stars, the cross, and the tower. Here we see that then in another way, probably later on here, we see that certain things related to the burdens that we carry, the cross that we carry, certain things that we asked for a long time finally are arriving. This is what we see here. Something, it's like here, something that is rightfully yours finally arrives. So this is what we see with this combination. We see this arrival of this help, or this thing that we are requested for a long time, as a big help here. We can see it as something divine. It finally arrives here. On the spiritual front, it could mean that we really have a lot of help in this way. We are grateful here that we feel the support of our church community. This is what we see here also. It's possible that you pray very hard, that you find very big strength in your faith here, whatever your faith or your spirituality might be. Anyway, this points to a combination that even though the situation is very hard, you have still trust in life. This is what we see here. We still trust in our faith. Anyway, this is what we see here. Then we have the cross and the tower on itself, these two. You become, maybe because of all these problems that you are confronted with. We saw this earlier already, and here it comes again, that we are becoming aware of certain things that are above humanity. It's like you see the bigger picture, why all this suffering is happening. During these moments of stress, you see why it is. Suddenly, like, you are enlightened. You see why it is, why this suffering is taking place. And it's possible here that even you see the reasons, you keep them to yourself, because the tower is, sometimes it's lonely. It's alone, and maybe you keep it to yourself, or you share it with a very select group of people, because not everybody is able to understand what you are experiencing here. But this is literally that you can see the reason why this suffering, why this hardship is taking place. Anyway, it might give you more strength to carry on. You are proud that you are continuing in this hardship, in this suffering. You keep to your principles, because Taurus can be very strong, can be very hold on, not give up. Taurus is known for his determination. So this is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, this points also literally to a person who works in a hospital, because the tower represents a big government building. So this points to a person who really works there, and it also points to your religion. So Taurus, for the stone group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other three card readings that are following here also. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my channel, and thank you for your time. Please check out also the financial card readings that we do for each sign every month. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the air group, or the Aerosol sprayer group. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. This is up to 18 October, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under. It's not a good thing to do. You will also see during that time, your flight is canceled, your bus is late, emails are not showing up, packages that need to be delivered in your home, they are wrongly delivered at the wrong destination, the containment of the package is wrong. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. It's because the mind, our mind of all people, the collective mind, is going a little bit slower. Also during that period, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laundry machines, laptops. Why? These devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to a warranty, and you might have problems afterwards showing up there. Anyway, the general idea here is that we don't sign any contracts whatsoever. If, however, for some reason you are obligated, you feel compelled, you have no choice, you want to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. Maybe there are certain clauses in the contract that you overlooked and you cannot get out anymore. And if you really want out, probably you need to pay a big fine. So it's better we protect ourselves and we prevent instead of healing. Anyway, this being said, there we go for the card reading for the air group. The first card here is the dog. The dog is the card of friendship, loyalty. It's possibly meaning that we appreciate that we have a lot of friends around us. Also, we like our friends a lot. This is what we mean. That's what it means. Also, it's possible that our brothers are close to us. Our colleagues are close to us because we see the work here also. It's possible that our colleagues on the work floor are close to us in a way. And then also we see that peers, people who we are functioning in certain groups, that we like those people around us. The dog is also helping, probably you are, or you're helping people, or you're in a helping mood now for helping others. Also charity can pop up here with this combination, like your heart is really into charitable things. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, friendship is important now. If you help others, others help you, and vice versa. This is what we see here with this combinations. Anyway, probably we are in a very optimistic mood here with this combination. If we would face certain heartaches in our life, probably will be more easy to carry these heartaches if we would, but we will see later on how this works out with these card combinations. First, here we go in the horizontal line. We see the dog, the fish, and the mountain. This points, the fish is a lot, plenty. So it means probably you have a lot of brothers and sisters, or you have a lot of friends around us, or many colleagues are involved with you. And as we saw here, there's a likeness towards each other. This is what we see here. It's possible also that you have a lot of friends that you are connecting on the internet or in abroad, because the mountain can represent the internet, it can represent abroad, or if you are a more close type, it's possible that you have friends in other cities. This points us also, but in general, this points to the internet and in abroad. So possibly you have a lot of friends there. The dog and the fish also means if we have a business, this points to business partners. We are involved into business. Maybe we are involved in business in abroad. So these are all possibilities here. I mention always the possibilities here. So the cards reveal the possibilities, and we work for a big group of people. So I mentioned several things here because we work for a big audience. Anyway, here we seek from support. Maybe we seek for financial support from abroad for business, or we have business associates in abroad. This is what we see here with this combination. It's possible also that if I see this in a different, that friends of us who are living in abroad have financial difficulties, and we are helping them with their financial difficulties. We support them because the dog is supported. So we support them in their difficulties because we feel close to them and we feel we should help them, and we feel charitable because, as I said, the heart is charity. So it's possible here that you help these friends. We help them to move forwards. If not so, we are very helpful towards our customers. We help our customers. We really do this job with our, we really like this job. We have a lot of customers. probably most are in abroad. If we are working for a firm, it means that we have a lot of customers that we need to attend to, probably customers on the internet or in abroad. Again, the same here, because this points to business and contracts here. This is what we see here, but we come later into that. Then we see the fish and the mountain. Here we see, as I said, this is foreign investments, commercial transactions in abroad, money in abroad, online business, all what I mentioned earlier is back here. It also points to that certain opportunities from abroad, from people who are loyal to us or we are connected to, they give us certain business opportunities. This is possible also with this combination, and possibly also we have some people there that are friends, and if they are, some of them might be, without our knowledge, might be sexually attracted to us. They find us attractive, but maybe we are not aware of this, but there is some sexual attraction here from colleagues, from people abroad, from maybe even from friends here that are our friends, but also that are sexually attracted to us. This is what we see here. Anyway, this here also, possibly here we collect certain amounts of money, or our friends, they need to really tighten up here their finances, and that's as we saw earlier, we help them here. They are maybe in a difficult time. Then we have the bear, the heart, and the snake. The bear means that we are very generous. We have a big heart. The bear is a big animal, so it expands everything. So here this points that we have a big heart for helping others. We just see that this channel, this charity is coming in the right channels. If we are charitable in abroad, with the snake, we need to be careful that there are not profiters, that the money goes in the right channels. So you need to check this thorough, that this, if you support somebody, that the money is really used for the reason that you are sending it. So this is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, on the love front, it can point that we are very much in love, but with the snake, I want to mention this here, with this, the snake always points to triangles. So also business-like, we need to be very careful. If we are thinking that we are the only one who's going to get the contract, because I see the contract there, or if we are the only one that is loved by this person, it's not so. The snake always points to three. So it means there is a second woman involved or a second man involved in this relationship, depending on your gender. So here we see, or the same gender, whatever, we have all kinds of relationships now. Anyway, it means this is triangles. This is triangles. There is more than one here involved with this combination. Anyway, there's a lot of, we have also a lot of compassion towards others here for helping them. Maybe we are not aware that this person that we are helping, maybe this person is in abroad, but maybe this person has another relationship in abroad. So we need to be careful with that, that this person is not involved in another relationship and they are using us for their own benefits, for their own progress, that they are not using our heart that we are not using our heart for the wrong reason. This is what we see here. Anyway, there's a lot of power here in the love here. Also here we see that we like good foods. Taurus likes to enjoy life. So this is what we see here also. Here this can point also that this person or we ourselves, we are in a place of authority. We are in charge probably. We have a lot of people helping us. This is possible also. That's then another angle. Anyway, there's a very good connection here between the co-workers and the responsible and the manager here and the bear. This is what we see here with this combination. if people are not well around you, you will also attend them, you will take care of them. Maybe some people are not well around you, because the snake sometimes can point to sickness, that some people are not well around us. And if we do, we will take care of them. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, this love, or if it's related to love, this points that we are very committed to this love. Maybe this points to provisions. We provide our lover, but as I said, we have the snake there. Anyway, this has a positive, a very strong influence on you. Then the heart and the snake, this is not an easy combination, and it's not actually a combination that we if you are looking for a fixed relationship, for a solid relationship, a relationship on the long run, this is not a combination. If you are looking for a flirt, this is not a problem. If you're looking for short-term relationship that are based on other personal objectives or something personal, this is not a problem. But if you're looking for a solid relationship on the long run, this could prove out to be a problem on the long run. Probably you're not aware of it, because the snake is smart, and we have the mountain here also. Some things might be happening around your back and you don't know it, you're not aware. Especially if we are far, we are not aware what is happening all around us, and we could later in be for a surprise. Anyway, this points, this is dishonesty in the heart here. Probably if we become aware of these facts, we turn away from it, because the snake is turning away from the problems, is turning away from the heart. It's probably we pull our heart out and we move on here if we get to know certain facts here. This is possible also. If we are single, it's possible that that our choices, we need to be very careful in what we choose for our love life. Maybe if we notice from ourselves that we always make bad choices in love, maybe it's best that we talk to our friends about it, and maybe they can help us as a kind of advisor, in a relationship advice. Because if you catch yourself that you always fall on the wrong man or the wrong woman on the long run, maybe it's best to ask the help from an advisor, a manager, somebody who has experience in that field. And it might be a good thing for you to do for becoming more solid, for finding a more founded relationship on the long run. This is what we see here. Anyway, this combination points to an unfaithful lover. One of the both of you will also be jealous. This is what we see here. There are false intentions. Also, there could be lies. One of the both will crave for love, the other will not want it. One want to turn away from it, and one want it. So this is what we see here with this combination. One of the two will be calculated. This person has other objectives than actually the relationship. It's possible that this person exploits the relationship for personal reasons, and that the reasons for this relationship are not love, because we see the money cards there. So this could be proven out that the angle that this person has for this relationship is totally different than the reasons that you have for this relationship. So we need to be very careful here with our affections that we are offering to the other persons. If you give your heart, be careful here what you do here. Maybe you are unwilling to give up this love, but just see you don't hurt yourself more than is your intention. Then we have the sit, the ring, and the house. Here, the sit and the ring, this actually points to an end in the relationship. So it's possible, if you discover certain facts in the relationship, which you have high hopes of, and probably you invested in this relationship before, it's possibly you bug out. If this is a business contract, if it's on business front, maybe you put a lot of efforts in it, maybe also money. It's possible you turn away from it and you terminate the contract, the connection with these people. Maybe you discover that they have different objectives. It works for both, for the relationship and for the contract, because we have both here. We have the love and we have the contract here. So it's possible, if you discover these facts, you turn away from them and you terminate it. So this is what we see here. This choice could be if you discover everything, how it's connected, if you have all the facts, because the snake tells us also to see that we are, that we have all the facts. The snake is a slow card and it's smart. It searches for the truth here. It searches for the truth in love. It wants to find how it's connected. And once you find out how it's connected, it's possible that you suddenly break with it. And also, we are urged to, we are encouraged here to wait till it's the right time. These are slow cards. So the mountain is a slow card, very slow. The snake is a smart card. This is slow and solid. This is smart and knowing all the facts, and the house has solid foundation. So this last line is, it tells you it wants to protect you. It tells you before you take a step, see you have collected all the facts, and then you make the cut. This is what we see here. Of course, it's your own choice, but that is what we are reading in the cards here for this group of people, for the air group. Anyway, here we see here then this, where we were here. This points also to a divorce. Also, if there are, it's possible with this combination, if you discover this all, because there is some anger here. The bear can be very angry. The bear is an animal. If he sleeps, it's better not to wake him up. So it could mean that if you discover all these facts, it really makes you angry. And you want to express this violence in the relationship or this anger in the relationship. But the snake tells you not to do so. The snake tells you to keep quiet, to be diplomatic, turn away from it in calm and diplomacy, and just go your own way. Because maybe if you invoke this anger, it could lead to things where we don't want to be, especially with the ring here. The ring is about balance and harmony. So we need to keep the things in balance, in harmony. We learn the facts about this, we accept, and we see that we have a problem there, and we solve the problem in a balanced way. We make a bridge, we cross a bridge, and we say goodbye. This is what the best thing to do here with this relationship. Don't make yourself angry. Move on from this if you see that it's not for you. And it's wise, as I said, that maybe we in the future, that maybe we talk to friends about certain partners. Sometimes our friends can see things that we cannot see, and they probably are able to help us for making better connection. Anyway, we end the relationship here. If you are in a work front and you invested, this is also possible, that certain compartments, if you are in a bigger business, and it's possible due to certain financial setbacks, you need to cut some departments in your job. So like, for instance, you have certain articles that you are selling, and you notice that some don't work anymore. And here you see that we cut the contracts with things that are no longer viable for us. This is what we see here. We take stock of that, and we see if it's no longer helping us. We say we don't want to continue with this kind of business anymore, but it could be a part of the business that we are stopping with. Then we have the ring and the house on itself. Here we see there's a very strong connection to our family members, or a very strong connection to our colleagues. We are really connected to them. In another way, if you are this points actually that we take a lot of responsibilities. We are very harmonious. We want to balance with our family. This is all what we see here with this combination. We probably love our family very much. But here with the snake also, we need to be very careful that somebody from our family members is totally honest. But we'll see this later. The snake is a very tricky card, and it's just above the house, so we go on this later. But anyway, this points that we are very committed to our family. We fulfill our promises because the ring is promised. So we promise what we promised to our family members, to the people close to us, to our colleagues, to our business associates. We fulfill these contracts, and we do what we have promised here. This is what we see here. If you are planning to buy real estate. This points also to real estate. It's possible that you are for a while looking for a place to live, a place of your own. Probably it would be something that is if you buy something and if it's in abroad, even you will feel familiarity with it. It's like you see the place and it reminds you of something. So here, this is what we see. But what my point is here, it's possible that you make this decision suddenly. Suddenly you decide to buy this house. This is what we see here. It could be because the sit is sudden. So this is a sudden financial real estate transaction, but it's possible that is already, this search is already, it's like you're sniffing the thing out because the dog sniffs around and the bear wants to mark his territory. He wants to live somewhere. So it's possible here that you are already sniffing around or looking around for finding a place of where you want to stay. So and it's possible now suddenly you find it and you want to get into this real estate transaction. Anyway, we have the snake here. We need to be careful, but we come later into that. We will come back into it. Then what do we see here more? The dog, the bear, and the sit. Here we see that some friends in our life, they have a very big influence on us. And here also we see that probably we, if we move or we should move in abroad or we are moving in abroad, that a lot of new friends suddenly come in our lives. Suddenly we have a lot of friends appearing in our life. A lot of people are showing up suddenly in our life. This is what we see here. And some of these friends, even they are suddenly in our lives, they will have certain influences on us. It's possible, if this is a real estate in abroad, that these people help you to find a house and that you really find a good deal. They try to help you for balancing something out for a real estate. This is what we see here also, if this would be the case for you. Anyway, this could also point in another way then that we are very close to our mother or one of our parental figures. It could be the father also. We are very close to our mother, one of our both parents. We are connected to them. Also, we have a certain respect for them. This is what we see here, respect for authority. Even maybe this person might be a little bit dominant somehow. We still have a form of respect here. There's loyalty towards our parents, or if you have a manager, a person who's in charge of you, you will do the same here with this combination. You will plead or be a little bit pliable to what they ask from us. You will ask permission for certain things before you act. In certain, if this is business related. Then we have the bear and the sit here. In relationship front, this points to a big break. This is the big love and this is the big break. So maybe here you thought this is the big love and suddenly you want out and this is the big break. Then it's also possible, related to it, that you break with certain habits in your life. In a way also this can mean that we close off certain bank accounts here. We save also some money here. This is what we see here also. Maybe you want to, you are planning to have a safety cushion on the long run for money. This is what we see here also. It's like we want to protect ourselves for if the times become more bad here. In a way also, it's possible that you are confronted with a will in the future, or that somebody is making a will. Maybe you don't know, but it's like somebody here is making a will. It's you or somebody else in your environment is making a will. Maybe you don't know about this, but it's possible here that is happening and you are not aware of this. This is what we see here. And like here we see that things are put in order here for certain real estate transactions in our surroundings. Then we have the fish, the heart, and the ring. The fish and the heart here, it points to that we have a lot of stability in our life. We like the fact that we are stable in our life financially. Taurus likes to be stable. So here we see that there's a likeness for that. We like to be sure that there is enough money in our life. This is what we see here. We are happy if we have enough money. This could also point in another way to friends with benefits. You see here, for certain people of this group, the snake will not be a big problem, because this points to friends with benefits. So if you are not into fixed relationships, here we see friends with benefits. This is what we see here. Several partners here. There's sexual attraction here to the partners, but in a way, there's a commitment. There's a friendship. There's a loyalty, but maybe not for marriage, but there's a certain connection here. It's possible also, if we have enough money in our life already, as we saw here, that we give a lot of money to charity, or we give a lot to charity, and it's like it's coming back on regular basis. Maybe once a year we give a big amount, or every month we donate on regular basis, because the ring is round, so he always come back. So it means we make a contract with charity organizations here. This is what we see here also with this combination. This could mean on the love front, it's like we have a platonic love here. We are not really emotionally involved, but it doesn't mean we dislike the person. We do like, but not for a long-term relationship. Anyway, this points also that we love our job, but we saw this earlier. This is non-romantic connections here that we see here. Then we have the heart and the ring. This actually points to a fixed relationship, but as we saw earlier, this is not a wise thing to do. This points to commitments, but I think here this is on the business front. This is a commitment that we like on the business front. Maybe in a way we are connected to charity and abroad. This is possible also. I didn't see that angle yet, but now I'm seeing it here. This is possible also, that we have charity commitments in abroad, and that we are connected to that work related. This is possible also with this combination. There's a group cohesion here, and we commit to it. This is what we see here. That would point then that we are committed. We are depending on money that comes from abroad for our charity organization, for our work. This is a totally different angle, but this is possible also. So as I said, there are many combinations here, but I didn't see that angle before. Anyway, then we have the mountain, the snake, and the house. The mountain and the snake here, the snake is like, the snake is a very smart card, as I said here, and in combination with the mountain, this is like a background check. Somebody is checking us behind our back. So here we need to be careful here with this, that behind our back, somebody is not checking us where we are coming from, because the house is foundations. So it's possible somebody behind our back is checking our foundation for having their own personal benefits about us. So we need to be very careful here with this combination. If we are made certain offers, you need to be very careful here with the offers here that you will be receiving. You need to be very careful, move slow, consider, because the mountain, the snake goes around the mountain, and we cannot see what is happening behind the mountain. So here these two cards tell us, and it urges us to move very slowly, especially on the front of money and making contracts. Be careful here with this combination. We need to be calm here, stay calm. But in general, Taurus is a calm sign. So we need to be calm here, and we are. It's best here that we are calm here with this combination. We need to consider everything very carefully, and if there are negotiations possible, if there are, you should negotiate in your own advantage. As we see here, we have the house here. This could represent us, because the house can represent our body. So we should negotiate for ourselves, for our best self. Here, this is what we see. The house is our foundations, it's us. So we should negotiate in our best self-interest, because as we know, as in the gambling, the saying goes, the house always wins. This is like that. You need to negotiate for yourself, that you come out as the winning party, the one who has the good contract here for yourself. This is what we see here with this combinations. Anyway, there will be some challenges here coming to you, but you need to move slow. There's an obstacle here, that you are confronted with where you want to be and where you are now. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's possible also if you break up with certain relationship and somebody makes advances on you, you don't move. You see the advantages, but you have your experience in the past. You are like you are a little bit frozen maybe in the future, and you don't move. Taurus can be very standing on the ground, and it's the mountain there, and the house can be very strict here, and it's possible that somebody tries to approach you in a romantic way, but you say no. Taurus can be very correct in that area and keep to what he thinks here. Very correct here, stable here. We are not going into the advances of certain people around us that try to maybe to seduce us. If you're a man or a woman, it don't matter. But here we see somebody that would tempt us to seduce us. But here we see that we don't move. We stand our ground and we don't want to move here. And if we move, we will not involve our feelings. If there is some moving, if there would be sexual attraction, we will stick to our rules and regulations and not be emotionally involved. This is what we see here also. Anyway, you need to see here, I told you, for contracts, be careful, gain all information before you move. We see this here again here. Also, it could be that this person, they really try to sneak in your house. I don't mean for stealing, but in a way they sneak into your heart. The way is, the snake is a very maneuverable animal. And it has a way from sneaking into our house. It goes around the difficulties and it sneaks into our house. This is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the dog, the heart, and the house. The dog and the heart is that we are loyal in love. We already saw this. This is all the things are coming back. I just need to see here we are compassionate in friendship. This is a close buddy of us. This could be our friend. Somebody is really very close to us here. This person also will visit us or come to our house, or he come to our house or on regular basis. Even if we maybe we would move, this person still is in contact with us in abroad. And if you need new friends in abroad, if you would be moving, this would be somebody here who will become very close to you. This is like a very close friend of us. This is what we see here. We are also friendly with this other person. We trust each other here. There will come a trust on the long base. We are very well connected with this person, and we feel good with this person. There is a trust. In a way, on the long run, this could point that you slowly in the future will fall in love with a friend. Maybe that is somebody you are connected with, but this is then for the future. And it would be possible also with this combination. Then we have the heart and the house. We are very strong connected to the place where we come from. Here, we already saw this here, a lot of love for the family. This repeats itself here. So we will not go into it then anymore. We have the mountain, the heart, and the sit. Here we see then again the love affair with the foreigner. We already mentioned it. We also, this points that we have a strong love for going abroad. We might be focused on it, on this love, and we really want to manage something there. This is what we see there. We probably come in some position of authority there. We saw this earlier here. This comes back here. This could point to a friend in abroad. We already saw this. Then if we are in certain difficult position, we will stop the relationship. We already saw this here. Then we have the heart and the sit. This combination here, this is then the heartbreak. We break up, we stop. We don't want to give our heart anymore. We stop with the love. There's a final break here between the lovers. There's heartbreak, also some heartache, and you will see what is exactly going on. We already mentioned everything before. You then will notice that you were soft-hearted. You didn't had all the facts. So here the cards warn us for things to come, and the cards actually tell us to move slow. So Taurus, for the air group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser with this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other card readings that are also connected here. And also check out my financial card readings we do every month on my channel. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we see each other in my other videos. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under for officializing. It's not a good thing to do. This is from 27 September up to 18 October. Also during that period, you will see that your bus is late, your flight is canceled, emails that need to arrive don't show up, they don't show up too late, and it has consequences. Packages that need to arrive in your home are not showing up, the containers of the package is wrong. So these are all things that are happening frequently during Mercury retrograde. It is because our mind, the mind of all people, is going a little bit slower, the collective mind is going a little bit slower, and this is the cause of these problems. Also during this time, it's not a good idea, for instance, for buying cell phones, laptops, laundry machines, while these devices are connected to a contract, and the contract is connected to warranty, so it could be a negative influence afterwards on the warranty for you. So for safety reasons, it's better not to engage in any contracts during that period. If, however, for some reason you are obligated, you feel compelled, you have no choice, or you want to sign a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract, and there are some clauses in the contract that prevent you from getting out. And if you really want out, probably you need to pay a big fine, so it's better to prevent than to heal during this period. Now, this being said, we are coming back here now for the card reading for Taurus for the fire group. The first card here is the child. Probably we are about to enter a new phase in our life. If this is upon us as a person, it's possible also if you are a woman, because we see the woman here, but we treat this card as a neutral card. So if you are a man, you can put yourself there also, and a lot of the things that I'm mentioning here will also apply on you. Of course, you cannot get pregnant, but anyway, the things related to children, you get the point what I'm saying here. Here, this points to that that a child is important in our life, or maybe we start with the family planning. Part of the family planning, and mostly he decides also. There are certain rules and regulations also for family planning here that we are seeing here. Anyway, it could also point that we are on a more alternative way, that we are getting more in contact with our inner child here. Anyway, it points that we need to be more playful in our life, or we should be playful, or maybe we feel playful. And then we have the dog here. The dog is a loyal card. This can point to a pet. It could literally mean that your children have a pet, or that you are about to buy them a pet, but maybe for now you don't disclose it to them that you are planning to buy them a pet. This is then another connection that we see here. Anyway, with the dog here in the middle, it can also point that our child or our children have a lot of friends. They have a lot of friends because we have the fish there also. So it means they have a lot of friends. They have a very big circle of friends. Anyway, maybe you have a lot of friends also. These friends could be connected to your childhood. This could be long-time friends. This is what we see here also. Anyway, we go to the cards now line by line. Here we see that that there is a new beginning. If this is your child studying, it's possible that your child comes in a new stage of his life and he is new in starting studying. Or it's possible that if he's older already, he's picking up the next stage of his life in study. This is what we see here. We work for a broad audience here, so we need to cover several angles, and I'm sure we missed some out, but we cannot cover everything here. So here this points to a child that is studying. this could be you also, if you are a teacher, that you are the one educating children out of the book. So this could be the case here also, that you are a teacher, literally, and that you educate children. If not, you could have a child that is coming in a different stage of his life. This is what is see. If this is you as a person, it could point that you have new interests in your life coming, angles that suddenly interest you, that you want to explore of your life, you want to study more in your life, you start reading certain topics in your life for getting more knowledge. This knowledge is probably related to some structures that you want to implement more, or you are obligated to implement more structures. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, this points to a new chapter in our life that we are about to enter. This points also that if we have a child, or we ourselves, this points to a person who has a fairly high EQ. He's smart. This points to he or she is smart. This points to a smart child here. This is a young student mostly. It's possible also that this person, that your child is quite the quiet type, but still he has a lot of friends. But he's more the quiet type, or he needs a lot of quietness when he studies. This is possible also with this combination. Anyway, during the study, it's a person who keeps quiet. He's ready for the start. He does his homework. Maybe he's a little bit disciplined here by the mother. This is possible also. The mother is quite strict, but this is something that has just begun. The student is very curious to engage more in the study here. This is what we see here. Then we have the woman and the book here, the book and the woman. This points to an educated person, a person who has a lot of knowledge, erudite, maybe a teacher, somebody who's always in book. It can point literally to an intellect, even if this person has no degree or no formal education. This is a person that reads a lot, he knows a lot. This is a person here that has a lot of knowledge. This person also probably, as we saw earlier, he added to the knowledge that he has, and he's not sure where he's going yet with what he's studying for now. It's like a new direction, and he don't know yet where he's going. He or she still try to find the structure. So it's possible here there are many options here offered, and this person is still doubting exactly what he is gonna study. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this person wants to get more knowledge because there's some expertise here in the field that this person will develop later on. He or she will become an expert in her field. This is what we see here also. This in another way, this can point to also to a person who is in academic study, because we see the tower here. It will not apply on everybody, but here the tower is mostly with associated with universities or schools for higher education. So it's possible that this is a teacher, this person involved in higher education for others, or this person follows an education, a higher education. This is what we see here with this combination. This could really be a professor, a teacher, an academic here, what we are seeing here. Then we have where are we here? The key and the dog here. This points to if we have certain issues during this education, or with certain structures in society, because this points to the government also. So this can, if you're a student or in a work that for the government, this can point to a work on the government also. If you have certain issues with the educational institution, it means that it will be easy for solving this problem, because the key has a way of opening all doors. And here a friend is involved. So this friend, he will offer you the key, and he will help you solve your problems out, or structural problems that you are facing. So this friend actually will help you. Somebody will assist you, because maybe you're innocent in this situation. If this is a new government job, let's say this, you will have a friend there and he will help you straighten out your problems, how the structures are functioning. He will be like an educator, a teacher for you, for showing you the way how this system is working. Anyway, you will open up to this person, he will open up to you, you will help each other, he will be important for you, and he probably will become a key figure in your life, a key friend who is important for you for a certain period in your life. It's possible also that you know this person out of the past because the tower returns. So it's possible here that this friend, this might be a childhood friend, and suddenly you meet each other again, and the bond is still there, the friendship bond is still there, and this opens doors not only for him but also for you. So there is some reciprocity here with these two persons. They work together for getting, and they get along well here. Here also we see then it's fate, it's meant to be here, that you meet again, you welcome each other again. Also there will be a lot of tolerance between you and the other person. If you want something from each other, probably you will ask it always to each other, but since the key is yes, the answer will be always yes here, because the key asks permission and the answer is already yes, but it's like you have a kind of courtesy towards each other for asking permission. Anyway, if you were more dependent on a person, on your parents before, or in financially more dependent on another person, this points that we get more independence. It's like we liberate ourselves from a certain dependence that we have before. Students who study alone, who go in housing on their own or an apartment of their own, they get more freedom, they get more tolerance. This is what we see here also with this combination. If there are certain parental figures, probably they will support us also in our achievement for becoming more independence, but there will be certain borders, of course, that parents are unwilling to cross. This is what we see here. But I don't see any financial problems here because we have the money card here in the end. So probably there will be no money problems here with this combination. It could also point with the fish here that the education is quite expensive because the tower is like an erudite knowledge. It's an institution, but the institution actually costs money. It's possible that this is a private education, a very expensive entrance fee. This is what we see here with this combination, since we have the money card here. But anyway, a person in charge is supporting us. This is what we see here. Then coming back on the dog and the tower, this is long-term friendship, as I said. This person could also be older than us. This is possible, but because the tower is older, it's an older friend. Maybe he's in older years already. Maybe we are the new student, or we are new in the job, and this person is already, as they call an ancien in French, he's already matured here, more a matured person here that we see here. He's already a long time in the business. He has a lot of experience, and it's like he guides us. He guides us, and we follow his advice. And because we following his advice, a lot of doors open for us in the business. Or this could also point to the work. If this is a very big firm, for instance, this could point that a lot of doors here are opening for us. This person helps us to open the right doors at the right moment, and this could point out very productive in our growth in the business. If this is on the study front, the same applies here. This person will help us for opening many doors, probably because he has the right connections, especially connections higher up here. This is what we see here. Also, it could point to a close connection you have with a teacher of you, with a professor, and this person opens doors for you. He opens other fields for you. He gives you different angles. So this is all what we see here. Anyway, there's some loyalty here between the two persons. Then here, what we see here, also it points to that the building there that you are studying in, or the company that you are going here, it's probably with key cards. It's very strong guarded, this building, because the dog guards, and we have the key here. We need certain protocols to follow for entering this building. This is what we see here also. We need to obey certain rules, certain regulations. We need to obey the government. We need to follow the government or the rules or the restrictions, because the dog follows. Anyway, you have the key in your hands, you can. This is what we see here also with this combination. There's a lot of loyalty here with this combination between us and the friend. Then we have the child. No, sorry, the ship, the birds, and the fish here. Here, this points that we have, we see the tower here, and we have the ship here. Maybe there are some connections with other educational institutions in abroad, if you are following a study. If not, this company could be involved in importing, exporting things, and there's a lot of communication here and transfer of goods. This is what we see here also with this combination. If not on the study front, there are connections with other countries, because the tower, he lets us cross borders, and the ship is trading or connection or education or money in abroad. So there's a lot of communication here, a lot is transferred. This is money, this is communication, and this would be goods or knowledge that is transferred from one channel into another. So there's a lot of communication here. If you are in the education field, probably you have connection with other universities. If this is on your work front, there's a lot of connections with transferring goods or something that you transport from one country to another here, because the tower, it's crossing borders, and this is a journey, a long journey. So this is possible also with this combination. Anyway, coming back here to the birds and the tower on itself, here this points that maybe sometimes you need to make short trips here. It could be a short flight here that we are seeing here, because the birds are flying. So this could be a short trip here that we are seeing here. In another way, this could also point that we are thinking a lot about this trip. We are nervous about the trip. We have like maybe it's the first time that we travel so far. If we do a long journey, and if this study or this work is in abroad and it's connected with crossing borders, it's like this making us nervous here. We get stressed about this journey. It might be quite stressful because the fish is plenty. So it's possible there's a lot of nerves here involved. Maybe you are confronted with foreign languages, foreign money, and it's all a little bit lot for you. But anyway, this points also that we are willing to do this. There's also some excitement. There's chaos, excitement, and stress here that we all see here in this combination. The leaving in itself, it could be a little bit chaotic, chaotic here that we see here. This is possible here. It's possible also during the trip that we change our mind and we change direction. This is what we see here also. Or if we are in business, that we need to make several stops for this business. This is what we see here also with this combination. That we have the fish, sorry, the birds and the fish here. This points to financial transactions, as we saw earlier. It's possible also for a reason that that you are a little bit worried about money that need to come to you. But I don't see any delays here. But it's possible that you worry about certain monies that need to come to you. Maybe because the money need to cross borders, it worries you a little bit. Maybe it's the first time that you do this kind of transaction, transferring money in abroad, because we have the child there in the corner. This is possible here with this combination. If you are in a form of relationship, this can point also that we couple up with a person here, that we are a couple, and the fish is sexual attraction, not only money, also sexual attraction. So it could be possible that we have sexual attraction, and on regular times we meet with a partner. So it's like there's a certain structure here in the meeting. Maybe we need to study, maybe we need to work, maybe if we work abroad, there's a time frame. But here this points that there is certain meetings with a partner, male or female, depending on your gender, that you meet on a structured basis. So you come together at a certain time, and here when you meet, there's plenty of love making here. This is what we see here with this card. Anyway, if you point, you are very good at your sales. You know what you're talking about. You know the right to sell, the right sales pitch here. You're discussing about money here. In another way, if this is the first time that you engage with a partner on the physical front, it's possible here also it makes you a little bit nervous. We are a little bit hesitant of that. Maybe it's the first time for us, and we need to cross a certain borders for us that are new for us. This is what we see here also. If there are some chaotic situations in your life, it's possible here that chaotic situation work out in your advantage. So if something happens during a travel, during a business transaction, it's possible it actually work in your advantage. Maybe there are certain structures that are missing, and you see that there is a certain structure missing, and you profit because they didn't cover the angle. So this is what we see here also with this combination. We find some bits of information, and this has a hidden value, and with this hidden value we can make money. This is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the child, the dog, then we have the child, the key, and the ship. Here we see that we are very curious about things that we are undertaking here. We are becoming smarter. We become more aware of things around us. Also, we learn as our journey continues here. We learn new things in abroad, and we are becoming aware of this. If we have certain doubts or certain nerves, we will overcome these nerves. Anyway, this is a new start here that we are seeing. A new start is certainly to begin. This is for sure here with this combination. Anyway, you open up here yourself for new experience, because the key opens up things. New things will come in your mind. You will become aware of this. In some cases, you will be a little bit naive, because some of these business transactions or this school transactions will be new for you. Anyway, this whole thing, it will give you also liberation, freedom. It gives you a new form of freedom. If you are a parent, this points that you, as a parent, you learn things from your child. So the child says certain things, and you learn also something about it. This is what we see here. Then we have the key and the ship here. Here we discover as we go. There's an opportunity here that is coming to us. This is then that we consider the trip, and it will influence us positive, because the key is a positive influence. But as I said, there might be some stress involved here. And if you have made some business investments, we see here there will be a return, because this is the money card. So if you made certain investments in abroad, or with trading, with business trading, because this is business trading also, you will get returns on your business. Anyway, you are open to travel here. It's important for you, this travel. You will open up to foreigners in abroad, but there's not much choice here if we are, but here we see that you are very open-minded towards it. Also here, if certain things would be coming to you, maybe for certain things you need to ask permission, especially on the communicative front. This is what we see here also. Anyway, also you will, time to time, you will need to take some time to literally time out here. We see you will need to take some time out here and you will try new things. Then we have the book, the dog, and the birds. The book and the dog, this is new friends are coming in our life. We don't know yet that, but they will come. It's like these friends are literally talking our way into our life. This is what we see here with this combination. Probably this friend, we can meet him on the educational front. He can also, if we're in business, it can be an accountant, because the book sometimes represents accountant. It's somebody we trust, the dog is trust, with our accountancy, with our paperwork, with trusted documents, with visas, anything here, we trust this person, and suddenly this person talks himself into our lives. This is what we see here also. In another way, for some people, this points, this is another angle, but I will mention it, this points to veterinarian studies that we see here. Maybe here there is an angle here to birds. Maybe there's some specializing here in birds. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's just a possibility that I'm mentioning here, but this points that oh, this friend could be a veterinary or do veterinary studies. This is what we see here. And for some reason, you communicate about that. Maybe you have a pet. Maybe you have a pet and you go somewhere and this person, you have immediately, it clicks with you. He might be a veterinary in abroad, and suddenly you have a connection and this person comes into your life suddenly, and you really hit it off, the both of you, you become friends here. This is what we see here. It's like he becomes your counselor. He teaches you maybe a lot of the country where you are. This is what we see here also, and maybe it takes off of your nerves here because maybe the person is a local there. This is what we see here. Anyway, it's somebody we can rely on here. We can go to him, we can communicate with him. This is what we see here. This is like this person comes to you as a windfall, but it points also to windfalls in our life. In our life in general, some persons come in our life and they work out well. These friends work out in our benefits here. This is what we see here also. This points to short trips that we are undertaking here. What we see more here, then we come to the woman, the tower, and the fish. The woman in the tower here, I'm thinking here, this is like a mentor. If not a mentor, if you're not in study, this points to a person, man or woman. We take this as a neutral card, but this is somebody with a higher authority. This is not really your manager. This is like a person really in charge. This is the boss of the bosses here, what we see here. This is somebody who is in charge. Possibly, this is a person that is older, that is connecting to us. If not older in age, this points to a person who has a lot of expertise in her or his field. This is what we see here with this combination. This person could be quite strict, and if he's not quite strict, he knows a lot about rules and regulations. He can inform us about that. So this person knows how the rules and regulations work. This is what we see here also with this combination. Maybe this person also in his life, he has traveled already. He has a lot of experience. He's an expert in certain fields of his life, and he has a lot of knowledge and he can share a lot with you. This is what we see here. This could be a teacher. This could be somebody higher up. And in a way, there is a contact with him. You can learn a lot from this person if you have the ability to do so. It's possible that this person is in a way a little bit distant. Maybe he need to keep distant from you, but anyway, the knowledge that he brings to you can be financially very beneficial for you as a student, or as if you do business, or for your business. This person has experience in this field. If you are new in the business that you are going here, this is a person in top position, like a boss here, a CEO that we are seeing here. This is somebody in charge, in power, man or woman, that we are seeing here. Then we hear this combination is, if this person guides you, you can get really get benefits out of that, because this combination points to money. This is money that comes to you in a structural way, or if you follow certain structures. This is what we see here also. This is also something the Tower works on the long run. In a way, I would almostly say that there are certain connections here with this person out of the past. In a way, this person is connected to your past. And it's like he's turning in. And anyway, this relationship is beneficially very, very profitable for you. And if you focus on it, if you follow structures, the rules, the regulations that need to be followed, you will benefit for it on financial investment, on the business front. Financial commitments can come to you here with this combination. It's possible also, because the Tower is on the long run, first of all, that this connection with this person will be on the long term, but also that if this person helps you to make certain investments or learns you certain things, this is a long-term process. This is a long-term process for you. And if you invest money, it's possible here that you make a long-term money investment here. This is what we see here. On another front, this could be, if you're in the financial sector, for instance, this could be an expert in money or an expert in transferring goods. This person could be having a long career already in this, because the Tower is long. So here, this person could have a long time career always. He has a lot to share if you listen to him. But there might be a certain distance here with him. It's possible also that you undergo certain registrations for this business, because the Tower is rules, regulations, we need to follow the path. Here, if we do so, it will be beneficial for us. Maybe you need to pass some lawyers, some authorities for balance, for getting in the right track here for this business. You need to apply the rules of the country if this is in abroad. There's business registry here, the trade here that is going on here. This is possible also. It's possible also that this person has already collected a lot of goods. Maybe he has a nice house, maybe he has a penthouse, literally. Maybe in a way you are going there, you're invited there. If not, if it's in the study field, this person is high placed in the education in the university. He has a lot to say there. Here, this is what we see here also. In another way, this can point to a rector also, the responsible of a university. This is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the child, the dog, and the fish. Here we are socializing with our friends. I just see if I can add things here that I didn't said before already. It's possible also for some areas in our life we are little patient. Maybe you want to earn a lot of we want to earn more money, and we are impatient about that, but we will need to follow the rules. Probably we want more money, we want improvement in our life, but we will need to be a little bit patient here, especially with the Towers. If we follow the rules, the regulation, we will improve. Anyway, this points also to a large group of people. There's loyalty towards each other. Here it's mentioned also with this combination that you need to wait for certain things till everything is worked out. Maybe you need to work on business permits, and it's not business permits, maybe it's study permits. You need to wait on something, and maybe you have an additional job there. If you are a student, this is possible also. It's possible that you need to ask permission for earning money there. If you are a student, you need to have certain licenses for working there. Maybe it's like a kind of green card, as they say. You get the green light here for working, or you need to apply for this card for working. Anyway, if you have colleagues there, these people will help you. They are very helping you, and you help them. We saw this already earlier. Then we have the dog and the fish in itself. Again, here you will come in contact for business or for study. You will come in a lot of people. These people are already business minded. So it's possible that these people are older and they really support you. They learn you new things. They provide you for financial assistance or educational assistance. This is what we see here with this combination. Anyway, this points also that this combination here, but it's a positive combination. We will agree over some business things here. This is all positive, but we will keep to the structure. There's some trust here, trust for money here. It's possible also some of your colleagues or your friends are already well off. If you are a student, some of your co-students will be very well off. They will come from parents who have a lot of money, or their parents are high placed. This is what we see here. If you have colleagues in abroad, they already have acquired a serious amount of money and they can help you for making money also. We are in the fire group here. There's a lot of action going on here for business. That's why we have these combinations also in this group. Anyway, this points to wealthy friends that we are seeing here. Wealthy business partner, wealthy business associates, wealthy co-students. This is all what we see here. You will receive, if you follow the structure, you will have a lot of help of them. They will help you. They are willing to help you move on here. This is a very good laying here for investments, for money. So if you follow the right track here, you can really get yourself in the next level, as we say. Then we have the woman, the dog, and the ship. This is the person card. Here, this is a person who is devoted, who is loyal, who you can trust on. Maybe it's the same person here that we see here. This friend could be a little bit conservative, protective. He could protect you a little bit. This is then a local person that we see here. Maybe what we see more here, this person is devoted to us. We have a good relationship with them. This could point also to a colleague, that we have colleagues here. These colleagues also, it's possible also that you come in connection with multicultural. I didn't see that before, but here it's like there's a lot of multicultural also. These friends come from abroad, but it's like more than one nationality is involved here. This is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, here there is, if there are certain authorities that maybe in this study or in this work, you need to ask permission to travel. And if you ask permission, you will be granted. But it's like you always need to ask permission to move here. This is what we see here with this combination. Or you're traveling with certain friends for business or for study. This is what we see here. This person come from from abroad, from another country than you are. This person can be your travel companion. You have an adventure together here. Also, if this person is from another gender, this could point to a relationship maybe with benefits, sexual benefits. This is what we see here also. This is possible also. But in a way, it's like you keeping some distance towards each other. It's like friends with benefits, but not yet relationship. This is what we see here also. Anyway, you will make several changes on the path as you are going. And maybe as you travel, you will be told and you need to obey, if you travel, to follow certain rules, regulations, and you will need to do what you are told from the higher authorities. So Taurus, for the fire group, this is all. I hope you get a little bit wiser with this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Please check out also my financial card reading that we do every month for the sign of Taurus. Anyway, thank you for spending your time on my channel, and we see each other in my other readings. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.